And hello, boys and girls, and welcome back to the new episode of the Football Unplanned podcast and our YouTube channel. Today, we're going to talk about Champions League football that happened in the days prior and the biggest matches from this game week.
Exactly, a lot of things happened and a lot of things will still happen. There's a lot to wait for, but let's talk about what happened.
Exactly. So, before we get on to the point, please subscribe to the channel, like and comment, and let's get to the point. So, before we move on to the match of the day, and on Tuesday that was definitely the Madrid derby, let's touch on a little bit on the other two games that were played in the night. So, First one is Lille versus Borussia Dortmund, and the second one is PSV versus Arsenal.
Yeah, and like you said, of course, the match of the day for everyone was the Madrid derby, but the rival is one of the pair of PSV versus Arsenal, and like 99% we are sure it will be Arsenal.
Yeah,
because
199% maybe after this.
Yeah.
Because they, like you said, broke the record now.
Exactly, that's the highest score of one team in Champions League playoff round. That just one team have scored. It's 7.
And we just spoke so many good things about these Benelux clubs, about PSV, and how they like managed to scrape in like a really good like season in the league part of it.
And it turns out it was mostly fail of Serie A clubs, not on the opposite. Yeah. I mean, the Dutch clubs and Belgian clubs are good, but against Serie A clubs.
Yeah, this is, I guess, like next level. And Arsenal, who is pretty much a hospital right now, dispose them in this way. Like, man, if Itan Nevanieri, who in like 2 years time will be on loan at some Coventry, scores against you, like you're having issues.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
like winger back scored, Odegaard scored 2. It was
like
one side match. Like,
yeah, that was not worth a big mention. Instead of it, like, yeah, this is a record. Like, congratulations, Arsenal. And like,
yeah, but try it next time. Doesn't matter if Real or Atletico is there waiting in the second.
Yeah, and now they're gonna put some fire like under them because after this performance. Yeah. And the second match, like that is not a Madrid derby, was one of the worst matches there was, like in the Champions League recent times, like in these knockout phases, and it finished 1-1, and literally it was the only 2 shots on target that were like
goals.
That were goals. And
yeah.
So, I mean, let's get to the meat and potatoes of Tuesday,
Madrid derby. So before we start really talking about the Madrid derby in the Champions League, I really need to mention the Atletico's last match versus Barcelona in the Copa del Rey. Like first, just like 10 minutes, they were leading 2-0. They were losing 4-2, and they yet kinda moved back with the match with 4-4, and that showed me that they are really fighting for what they really want in this season. They are still on the verge of maybe becoming a champion, maybe a
Spain. Champion, maybe like a cup winner, maybe like even Champions League. It's too early to tell, but they're still in the running for like the treble.
Exactly.
Will they get any of the trophies? Doubt it, but they still have a chance, and they are a nasty side. They don't lose games easily. And for instance, let's just mention that last time Real Madrid actually beat Atletico Madrid was in 22. So like more than 2.5 years ago. Like it took them to actually beat Atletico. Because most of matches between them were draws.
Yeah, and that one was also close one to be a draw, like 1-1.
Yeah, and even though this match also started the same
very
way
fast.
that Atletico versus Barcelona match started.
Yeah.
and like Rodrigo scored a great finish, like in like third, fourth minute.
Fourth minute, yeah, on a longer post, just
Yeah, then few minutes later, there's been like a penalty shout that could have been given.
Yeah,
like,
but Clement
if it was Spanish refs, that would 100% be like a penalty for Real.
If Marcinac 200%
yeah,
penalty.
Like, they're just like bottle of vodka in his like hand, and just like penalty
straight, and like no VAR, no nothing.
Like that's it, done. But yeah, I mean, after that, Real was kind of better, but then out of nothing, literally, Alvarez scored like maybe the best goal of the year in Champions League, potentially.
Potentially top 3.
Yeah, because that finish was insane. Like from such angle, with such precision, such strength, even like a goalkeeper of Courtois' renommee wasn't like nowhere near the ball.
No goalkeeper would save that shot. It was just like you put the finesse, put the bar like 100%, and
yeah, that was just like in FIFA, like that like kind of when you find a broken angle where you just keep scoring.
And a good player for this.
Yeah, but it has like finesse plus play style. That's it.
Yeah.
But
this is whole Atletico, at least right now. Maybe not for whole season, but this second half of the season of Spanish La Liga, they are fighting. If not for the whole 90 minutes, they are all the time like being dangerous. You cannot give them like 5 minutes to gain any momentum, and Real Madrid just like gave them, because they maybe needed some time to maybe gain some like second breath or like anything like that, and they took their chance once again, even though that again, we were laughing.
Diaz saved their asses, and it was a weird goal because he was surrounded by like 5 Atletico Madrid players, and
later on
not a single one of them came actually near him, and he just like found a space, put in the ball in a nice angle, and Oblak had like 0 chance to save that. And that goes to show that what you need to beat Real is the GOAT, Anthony. They lost to Betis in the weekend, and I thought that Atletico will give them like a harder time, but what made it 100% like sure that Atletico won't win is that actually like the 70th minute, Simeone kinda went like, okay, losing 1-2 is good enough for us. So he took out Griezmann and put in Lenormand, so another like center back, and that just killed off the game. Like,
they were trying not to lose more because like the second match is on Wanda Metropolitano.
Yeah, and I don't know. I think it's kind of smart, but the other hand also like kind of risky. Like if they conceded another goal, that would probably be it. But do you really want to chase the score like at any point? Yeah. So I mean, we will see. They are playing their best football in first 20 minutes. Then it's kind of slow downhill from there. Yeah, but let's say that probably Simeone knows better than us. Let's leave it at that. He has more data about his players, for sure. So that's been all of the Tuesday matches in short. So let's now move on to Wednesday. It's Wednesday, my dudes, and in my opinion, Wednesday had better matches, at least on paper. Yeah, definitely. Like, you had the German derby, you had Liverpool versus PSG, you had also an interesting match of Barcelona and Benfica. That was like one of the craziest matches in the league part of the stage. And as a matinee, we had Inter versus Feyenoord. Yeah, and that's the first match that we're gonna shortly talk about, because it was even being played earlier than the rest of the matches, and there was actually kinda of a fight on Feyenoord's side. I mean, Van Persie is really looking promising as their coach. Yeah, like his first job, he was terrible at it, but seems to be doing pretty okay with Feyenoord, especially when you consider that Feyenoord is a running hospital. I mean, also Inter is also kinda in a way, but like Feyenoord still has more injured players, and they put in a good fight. Like, both of the goals they conceded were like clinical finishes. Like Thuram scored the first goal with like a really nice finish from the wide ball, and the second was like Lautaro Martinez just like smacking the living Jesus out of that ball.
Just full power,
Yeah,
and
and it just went high and went hard, like no chance that could be saved.
that's all you need sometimes. And also worth to mention, they didn't score a penalty for 3-0.
Zielinski missed the penalty. I mean, the goalkeeper saved it. He went the right way, and he kind of gave them a chance, but still, like, nah. I mean, they're gonna have to play the second leg in Italy. Even if they made it like 2-2, I would still say that Inter are like a big favorites in this matchup.
Yeah, but Inter kind of showed that quarterfinal might be maximum of what they could
I don't know,
achieve.
man. They still only conceded one goal.
Yeah, their defense is way better than Atletico's defense.
Yeah, like it's the best defense in the European competitions by a long shot at this point. And yeah, I mean, I wouldn't ever, let's say, completely like write them off. I'm not gonna say they're gonna be favorites, but I'm gonna say they're gonna be like a tough cookie for everyone.
For everyone, yeah. I still believe that they will be in quarterfinal because they got Feyenoord.
Yeah, and then we will see
Draw,
what will happen later.
We
Before
will
we
see.
go into match of the day for Wednesday, that's PSG versus Liverpool, let's talk a bit about two other matches that were played at 9 p.m. So first of them was a German derby between Bayern, and the second match was Benfica-Barcelona.
Yeah, and maybe let's jump a bit to Benfica Barca, kinda of a, let's say, rematch after this crazy ass match in a league stage, and everything started with a red card.
Yeah, that was like an experienced challenge by Kubarasi. Like he tried to get the ball. Like the player got in the way, he caught him, and he was the last man. So,
Well,
the ref decided to give a red card.
yeah, but to be honest, I would give only yellow for that.
I don't know. That's
I don't
like
know,
you
no.
say, like opinion. Like it could go both ways. To be honest, like I don't know.
Yeah.
Like in one way, I if that was given against my team, I would hate it. But if it was not given for my team, I would also hate it. So it's like one of those like situations when, like, whatever happens, someone's gonna get pissed.
Yeah, you cannot have like 100%
Yeah.
people agree on your like decision
Yeah. But
as a ref there.
anyway, that red card might have killed the game, but it didn't kill Barcelona.
Yeah, and it didn't kill Wojciech Szczęsny, who was one of the best players on the pitch. He saved Barcelona's ass once again, even though he has his like certified Wojciech Szczęsny moments in this season.
Like pure Malakia.
Yeah, but in this match he was actually pretty good, and even Pedri or Rodri, I always mismatch these two.
Rodri is the guy who's Ballon d'Or winner, man. Like,
I don't know why, but I'm like always thinking about both.
Rodri City old, Pedri Barcelona young.
Yeah.
So that's like the
So like
best.
Pedri was being chosen as the man of the match, but he actually gave it back to Wojciech Szczęsny after.
And in all honesty, I would just give it to Rafinha. Like, he scored the goal.
Yeah, and also like an absolute screamer, and he even scored this last goal of this like league
Yeah.
stage match
So he just continued doing like nasty stuff to Benfica.
to Benfica.
But yeah, I mean that was unfortunate for Benfica because it was like a dumb mistake from Silva, their center back. He gave the ball away too easy. Rafinha just saw a bit of space, ran into it, took his chance, shot it like right next to the post, and like Trubin had like zero chance of saving that.
The ball was gaining momentum
Yeah.
on the grass, which was already like being wet.
And it was really precise, like it went off almost went off the post, so yeah, no chance for saving that.
And that was it.
Yeah, and now
They played in 10 and they won and
they're like 99% in quarterfinals.
Yeah, it should be, because next match is on Montjuic Olympic Stadium, and yeah, we will see. Maybe that would be like the main dish.
Yeah, I mean, that would probably be a nice match. Let's assume that there won't be any red cards, so now we're gonna see some 11 versus 11 action and maybe like a lot of goals. And yeah, let's now shortly move on to the German derby. And yeah, that wasn't like much interesting match.
One-sided, pretty much. Harry Kane showed once again that he's one of the best strikers.
For 1-0 was so awesome. Like that. Yeah. That was like pure like old school number 9 like style
finisher.
Of a goal. Just like
received a ball and clear.
Smacked it like precisely and hard. And then like the nightmare continued for Leverkusen. First, their goalkeeper like had a nightmare like with the second goal.
Yeah, he dropped the ball just like Petr Cech in Euro 2008.
And like
worst moments to do it.
Yeah, and imagine like he's pretty much the substitute goalkeeper. Like
and he will.
Hradecki is like the main like guy for them, and they decided for tactical reasons because of the crosses. Okay, we're gonna have Kovarin, and then he drops a cross, and then Musiala just.
Well,
scored the easiest goal of his life, I guess.
So let's move on to the main dish of the Wednesday, which was PSG versus Liverpool at Stade de France.
Yeah, and
crazy match also.
Yeah, it was like reminiscing of this like crazy Celtic versus Barcelona match from ages ago. Because
same vibe.
Yeah, because PSG had like
all the chances,
70% of the ball possession, like more than 20 shots, like
1 goal cancelled.
Yeah, and like that was such a small like margin that it's like very unfortunate for them. Even though I'm a Liverpool fan, let's be honest, like Liverpool at halftime were lucky to get away with like 0-0. It could have easily been like 2 or even 3.
Maybe 3 if that wasn't being cancelled.
Yeah, they had some other like great chances. Like Alisson made some really good saves. They also had some bad misses. Like it all started with this like Neves shot that went off the ground and kind of went out.
Jumped
and that was
over.
like a warning, yeah. But I guess Liverpool didn't see anything wrong with it. Like the game just continued in the same flow, and like, I mean, we watched the game together, so like we all know what we were saying like during the match. Like I didn't see Liverpool play that bad in this season.
Me too.
And what was surprising that there was like 0 adjustments in the second half. It continued the same way. Like Liverpool gave them all the space in the world. Like Diaz played as a left back. Like Robertson moved a bit inward, like a third center back even. Yeah. And PSG had a good tactic in the second half. They started crossing the ball like hard and on the ground from the wings, trying to just like find a tap in or find like a trailing player, just put in a dangerous ball. But like defense and Alisson dealt with all of it like wonderfully.
Yeah, but also worth to say is that when Kvaratskhelia stamina went almost to 0, their left wing just like died.
Yeah.
With him.
Like, that was like, turns out that was like a Liverpool game plan. Like, let's tire them out. Because they were passing endlessly, but still not getting much out of it. Like, literally outside the goal. Best chance, let's say, was this like horrible miss at the end by Barcola, and he just on the third shot blasted the ball over the bar. And also this dubious decision, let's say, when there was a penalty shout in VAR when we looked at this like duel between Konate and Barcola.
And if this should be also like a red card.
Yeah, because like on the replay we saw that it was outside the penalty box.
Yeah, it would be like a shot from like 80 meters maybe.
Yeah, like even 17, like it
Maybe
was like
17.
barely like outside, but I don't know, like I can't say anything without being biased, like, and again I'm gonna repeat literally the same thing, like if it was different way around, if it was like Salah running down and like Marquinhos like barging into him like that, I would be pissed and I would want a penalty. And this is like the difference, so that's why I understand the idea of it like being a red card, but
Could be
yeah.
still, and maybe that would change the whole tactics. And also, like you said in the second half, like Arne Slot saw maybe the same thing as you saw, that Liverpool should have more players in the middle, because they
Yeah.
were playing like with
Three attackers and like two wingers. It was like wide, and there was no connection between like the lines, and they couldn't keep the ball for more than 10 seconds, like for the entire like first half.
yeah, like every 4 pass was actually to
Yeah,
PSG
at one
player.
point we saw actually the stat that it was like 75% of the like ball accuracy, like,
Yeah.
like of the pass accuracy, and that's like
for
terrible.
such team is lowest.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's why he made this like first adjustment when he brought in Jones, so Liverpool got some more stability by like having more central like possession and more like
Someone to pass to.
presence actually like in
Yeah.
the middle of the pitch.
Yeah,
But
because also like the coverage needed to spread more to.
yeah,
to
to
the
actually
center.
give the chance to wingers to do something. And yeah, and at the end it was a winger who did something, but like not the one that we were expecting, because like
No one was
Salah
expecting.
was having a awful match.
Worst
Like he
day.
couldn't do anything right, literally like the entire match, and it took him like 5 minutes before the match to actually get taken off. And
that was the golden decision.
yeah, and also like I also said, like when we were like watching the game yesterday, like the main thing is in this type of matches, like you sometimes need a wild card, and Darwin Núñez is a definite wild card. He can do the most dumb thing and he can do the best thing, but he makes things happen. And for Liverpool, before he went in, nothing was happening, like not a goddamn thing.
On the front, nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just like Alisson and like center backs and inshallah, like save us. Let's not concede.
Inshallah.
But yeah, I mean like, and this goal actually like was 90% Darwin Núñez. Like he
course.
went into a challenge, he won the ball, Marquinhos ended up on his ass. Just
Yeah.
like his gravity, like of him like being big and strong, like
Awful.
took over like 3 players.
Yeah. And
And-
suddenly right wing was like full
Completely
of-
open because
yeah.
Nuno Mendes was too busy in the attack, like so their left back fell asleep, and the wing was open, and literally like the first touch of
of the ball by Elliot.
yeah, and it was a good shot and a goal, and
And maybe also that was good that not Mohamed Salah was
yeah, like
shooting that,
the
because
type of the game he was having. Yeah, I would agree.
I'm not seeing him scoring like any time at any fixture of Premier League. Yeah, like 99%.
Any different game, literally, because this just wasn't his night. Like
Yeah.
he just couldn't do anything, and
Everyone has a right to
yeah,
have a worse
exactly.
day.
He has
you know.
I mean, this year absolutely, like he deserved it.
So yeah, also the waiting game and making PSG being tired more and more and more wouldn't be possible if not Alisson Becker, which was the man of the match.
He was man of the match in the end, like 9 saves.
It was a fixture of great goalkeepers also.
Yeah, I mean, Donnarumma didn't make a single save because Liverpool didn't shoot anything. Like,
And when he had to, he just let
when
the
I
ball.
saw the stats, I saw there were 2 shots on like by Liverpool, and only one on target, and it was the goal.
It was the
and I
one, yeah.
literally couldn't remember the second shot. Like
Yeah, like when it had. Which
I
one was
saw on the SofaScore it was like a header from Diaz after like a corner or something.
Okay.
I literally like even forgot that happened. So it probably was so far away from goal that it's like just yeah.
They just gave them
The
to
ball
not
back.
have. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I literally couldn't remember it, but
Uh.
yeah. But I mean, I think that it would be very hard for PSG to now get something back.
Especially if Liverpool will score in first, let's say, like 30 minutes.
Yeah, and it all depends, like tactically, what will happen. Like,
If they will try the same, will it still work?
I wouldn't. To be honest, I wouldn't have the balls to again play the waiting game, because they are dangerous. Like, the best part of PSG squad is their attackers, is their wingers. Like Dembele yesterday had some moments where he looked like prime Ronaldinho.
Yeah, he was dribbling like 2-3 Liverpool players in
Just like-
in one run.
All it took was some finishing, because he had some shots, but they were like very wild. Like, they were just like rick over the bar.
Way over, especially in the second half, you know.
It was just like
They're shooting-
smacking the ball and like hoping for the best.
Like in rugby, you
Yeah.
know, the ball was gaining like
And like the referee, like,
uh
like
nothing to.
nothing to show for. But yeah, I mean,
totally.
we'll see what will happen in the rematches. But at least now we have some like idea what is gonna happen and who is gonna play against who in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, and the good thing is that we don't need to wait like 2 weeks. It's
It's
just behind the corner.
yeah, in like 5 days.
Yeah. So guys, leave us a comment. Let us know who do you want to see, what might happen in your perspective in revanche.
And who do you think that will actually lift the trophy in the end?
Yeah, just like every time. And leave a like, share, and subscribe. That was Football Unplanned, and see you guys next time.
Bye, guys.